there's been this kind of growing consensus that you are better in your head than you are in reality. And the phrase, in another life or one's just like it, give you perfect validation to say things like that. When in reality, there is no other life. This is it. This is all you have. And it's a very short existence. So why would you waste your time by scapegoating yourself into saying something you'll do the next life when we both know that's not happening? I see this all the time in relationships too, where it'll be like a guy or a girl will say something along the lines of, maybe in another life I marry her. And maybe in another life I pour my heart out to her and she comes back, or he comes back, either or. And it's just like, how are you going to live with yourself knowing you could have given it your all in this life? But the reason you didn't is, there is no reason. That's not a reason. Saying in another life is not a reason. That's running away. That is putting things off for this other life that we both know is never going to happen. And I'm not saying like I don't believe in like heaven or like reincarnation. Like that's not what I'm talking about here. Those are real ideas that people have. This is not real. It's just, and it's really just an escape mechanism people use to justify their own laziness or their own guilt with their unhappiness in their own life by describing another life they might have when it's never happening. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, bro, we are all humans trying to figure our own shit out. And it is okay if you don't have everything figured out. I know I sure as hell don't. That's part of the reason why I'm making these videos. But you just need to realize and just be able to recognize that saying things like that, it's not helpful for you. It's doing the complete opposite. You're putting things off. I want to talk about this in another video, but you're betraying your own potential to do great things because you don't feel like applying yourself. And you use that escape, that idea of you in another life doing that thing because you can't do it in this one, or you can't see yourself doing it in this one. But that's the beautiful thing about life. This is the only shot you have to do anything. And there are so many things to do. It's genuinely overwhelming at times. But you just have to realize this is it. All right? You can't use it as that escape, as that scapegoat reason. Because then you're just betraying yourself. Because you know deep down it's not going to happen. You just can't realize it yet. When you imagine yourself in this other life, what is stopping you from actually getting to it? Nothing. All right? Nothing but you. Nothing but you and the person inside your own head telling you can't, telling you that only you in another life could do it, this better version of yourself. But bro, that's bullshit. All right? Anything you can imagine, you can do. God would not put it in your head if he didn't think you could do it. And there are genuine things you cannot do that say you like may be able to do in another life, but you need to realize at the end of the day that you can't. So you can't tell yourself you can, but in another life, you just have to accept the fact that you can't. An example of this is even from my own life. I'm guilty of this too. I'm not above anyone. I was really in love with this girl, and I tried so hard to get her back. I poured everything I had into trying to get her back, but I couldn't. And I told myself at the time, maybe in another life I find something better to say, or I find something better to do to change your mind, and we end up happy together. But that's not me, because that's just an escape. And I needed to accept the fact that it was over, and that it didn't happen in this life, and that's all that matters. And I need to accept that instead of trying to use that cope. But it's a dangerous, dangerous thing. Saying you'll do it when you know you won't deep down. And you're just escaping from your own self. And that is the most dangerous thing you can ever do.